Hey YouTube, I wanted to give you a few tips if you are thinking about buying or you've already bought a Wahoo Kickr to make the process as easy as possible. Firstly, if you haven't bought it, I would recommend actually buying one of these from the local bike shop and not buying it online. It is a bit complicated and it's helpful to get the person at the bike shop to check exactly what bike you've got and then what model of Kickr works best with it, how many sprockets the cassette needs, things like that. So you need a second pair of eyes on this. Also, it's very heavy and it's an awkward thing to carry, so it would be very difficult to return it if there's a problem, whereas if you bought it from a local bike shop, you could get it back there if there's a problem. But trying to get this returned could be very tricky. So first of all, buy local with this. Okay, now before you start the installation process, I've seen there's loads of videos explaining how to install it, but there should be some tips before to make it as straightforward as possible. So tip number one, for example, is to think about the mat. You're going to need a mat that goes underneath, yeah? Now, Wahoo sell their own on their website, but you could buy something similar from IKEA or somewhere like that, or something for pets. So think about where it's going to go, and also think about the direction that the bike and the trainer is going to be and where the power socket is. Because now I've got this slightly wrong and I'm using an extension cord. I could have done this a bit better. Also, I need the stand for my laptop to have the Zwift or whatever app you're using for the ride simulation. That would then need to go in front. So just think about the layout a little bit, think about the mat as well that goes underneath, think about where the power socket is. Okay, next tip is to have another person with you when you're doing this installation process. It's a bit fiddly, especially if it's the first time. So when you're holding the frame, trying to get it over the cassette with the chain is a bit awkward. It's much more easy if you've got a second person holding it, and then you can get it over the cassette, the chain over the cassette, and the quick release or the axle going through. You can get it better done with a second person helping. Next up, if you've got hydraulic disc brakes, you need a spacer to go in between the brake pads. And I forgot, so I lost mine, I couldn't find it, and I had to make a DIY one out of a mushroom carton. So hydraulic disc brakes, you need the spacer to go in between. Right, I hope that's been useful. If you tell me what your experience has been like installing your bike on a Wahoo Kickr. If you've got any questions or comments, stick them below, and like and subscribe for more videos